I love the hair girls, I really do. But y'all be loud. Don't be weird. All $1,000 of my money that I just lashed. And the whole service, you gotta play with this person's kid. Girl, I don't wanna play with your kids at my appointment. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Joydan. Today we're going to be talking about being a home-based stylist, booth rent, and commission. All of the different options on where you're located to make your money. I want to go through it because the girls got questions and I'm here to answer them because I've been home-based before and I've done booth rent. So it's questions. I'm giving y'all a whole bunch. This video is super long. I do have an online training. It is linked down below if you want to be certified. It is self-paced, so you work at your own pace and then you send me your models and then you'll be certified. My marketing ebooks are down below as well. Also, I give y'all tips on how to actually find a suite. It's super easy. I'm giving y'all as much information as possible. So let's just go ahead and get into the video. In this video, take what you need and figure out what you need to do. Being home-based isn't for everybody, getting a suite isn't for everybody, and then working under somebody else doing commission isn't always the best thing for everybody either. You don't have the space, you can make it work. As y'all saw, I moved to Atlanta. Once I moved to Atlanta, I got the suite. Told y'all that story. Very small suite. It wasn't an actual room with the door. All of us were out on the floor. We had a little curtain. That was $100 a week for the first month. $150 a week for the second month, and then $200 a week for the remaining of that lease, which was a full year. Then after that, I decided to get a penthouse apartment, 2 bedrooms, and one of those, the second bedroom, was my Lash studio. Loved it. It was so beautiful, but the rent at that place, which if you really think about it, it was rent at home and it was booth rent. I did that, so that was me being at home, but I had a separate whole different wing of the apartment. My clients had their own bathroom. After that, I went to another salon suite. These suites, I'm not gonna say it was ghetto, but they just let any and everybody in there. And so it was like 20 something suites. Cool, that's fine. The first salon I was in, it was just lashes. These salon suites, the previous ones before the ones I'm in now, those salon suites, it was just mostly hair people. I love the hair girls, I really do, but y'all be loud. Like the blow dryer going, and you know, we all kick in with our clients. So on top of that, and then they have the TVs in there, they blasting music. It's loud. I'm sorry, I can't. My clients were complaining so bad about the noise. You know, you got your clients who want to take a lash nap. So after this place, I go to the place I'm at now. It literally is nobody in there. And it's only lash people. So if there is somebody in there, their room, they have a door. We all have our own suite. And in between clients, I can take a good nap. It's quiet. I love a quiet space. So through me telling you all of those, my transition from being at home. So that's my little spill on what I've done. I've done both a couple of times, different environments. I done did it all. Now I'm just gonna tell you information, pros and cons on all of it, both. I've never done commission. Being at home, you either gonna have the space or you don't. If you got kids running around, you got pets running around, if it's a loud environment, I would tell you just not to do it. If you have to, literally only do it for a small portion of time until you can save up the money to go somewhere else, move, get a new apartment, a bigger apartment, somewhere else, get a suite. Anything, that space, and just it not being a peaceful, quiet environment, let's not do that. If you have to, you literally need to run it up, and you need to run it up very quickly. So run a special, run a sale, and go out and promote and do what you need to do for like 1 or 2 months and go, because you don't want to have a noisy environment. Being at home is going to save you time and money, so you don't have to get up, travel. That is one thing that I always hate about working in any salon. I like to get my sleep until the very last second. So having to get up and go drive anywhere, for me, I don't like it. The really noisy salons I told y'all about is one light away from my place. And I hated getting up and driving to work. I just hate it because it's traffic, or at certain times I might have a schedule where I have a 9 o'clock and then my next appointment might not be until 4:30, 5 o'clock. So at this point, and there are ways that you can change that on your booking site to where you don't have gaps that big. Whenever I do the booking site video, I'll show y'all how to do all of that, okay? I promise you. But I don't have that on my site. I let people book however they want to. You want to book at 9 o'clock, the next person come on, book a 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Somebody might book at 9 o'clock, and then my next appointment might not be until a 3 p.m. and then a 5 p.m. Where I'm at now, because it's so quiet, I don't mind. I'm going in at 9, I'm going to get on that Lash bed and I'm going to go to sleep. It's so quiet in there, I can literally sleep so peacefully, not a problem. The last salon suite I was in, it was super noisy. Could not go to sleep in there, number one. Number two, I lived literally 5 minutes away, so of course I'm gonna come home, but it would still be traffic at certain points in time. No. You do have to think about stuff like that. Time and then money, you don't have to pay booth rent. So I'm gonna go across and tell y'all how much I paid for booth rent at every single place I've been at, and then tell y'all the ranges of what I know my friends are being charged, what my friends are actually charging who own salon suites. So the first place, I told y'all how much that was. Second place I was at, the really noisy place, was $275 a week. Now, when I was signing this lease, they had the option to get a double suite. This was going to be $550 a week. Cool, which I was gonna do it, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not finna give nobody $2,000 a month for booth rent. I went ahead, got the smaller one, but yeah. So, and then the place I'm at now is $160 a week. So you can see it's a big difference. The lowest that I know that I found now is this spot that I'm in. God bless my owner, because the girls is out here taxing, okay? My friend charges $385 a week. I love her very much, but I'm not coming to work at her place. I would never do lashes at nobody's shop for no $385. The $275 was really doing a lot, but because it was so close to my place, I was like, okay, I'm paying for convenience at this point. It's cool. This is just for the Atlanta area. The lowest I've seen, like I said, now is $160. The most I know is $385, like $420-ish. You will definitely see something like that. And then if you want a super big double suite, these are gonna run you like $550, $600. And you can have other people in there. It is enough for like 2-3 people to be working in there. Beauty professional friends, if you have another lash tech you want to go in with, you know, think about that too before getting a suite, because y'all can both go in on it. That's gonna be pricing on that. You will definitely be saving money by working at home. So along with working at home, one thing that you will have to deal with is your clients, or you'll just hear people in general say that they don't want to pay a certain amount for lashes or whatever beauty service you do provide. They aren't going to want to pay that luxury price because you are from home. I've heard people say it before, like, oh, I don't want to pay this price for something because they work at home. This person works in a suite, or they have a salon, so I don't mind paying $300 for lashes. That just is what it is. People have their own opinions on what they're gonna pay for. You really can't do nothing about it. Another thing, when you are working from home, you don't always know these people. There's been plenty of times when I was taking new clients and I was working from home. I'm the type of person, I'm not worried about nobody coming in my place acting a fool, because I will act a fool back. But I've never had an issue with anybody not wanting to pay or just being sketchy. But I always tell people, when I was working in college, what I used to do is I would have a parking pass. So I had to actually give them a parking pass. This was back when I was doing DM to book. This was like 2018. When they DM me, I told them the instructions. I have to come outside, give you a parking pass first. I already had in my mind, if I went downstairs to give them the parking pass and they looked some type of, if they look sketchy, or if I just did not get a good vibe, I was just gonna be like, oh, I forgot something, this is the wrong pass, this is my roommate's pass, let me actually go back and give you the right pass. Have some type of excuse, please, to get out of any situation if you are at home. Just be prepared to always go outside first and greet the client. Don't just have people coming up to your door and then you let them in. You need to go out and bring that person in your home. I know people will ask for driver's license on the booking site now. You can have a camera, a surveillance camera, keep that in whatever area you're in that you are lashing in. The driver's license can just be for safety precautions anyway. You can ask for it on the booking site. They can upload a file. They can send it to you, DM it to you. You can ask for it when they walk in. Have some type of weapon close by you, which is something that I always make sure I did right beside me. Make sure you have something to protect yourself inside of your own home. I never took driver's license and I never had a camera, but make sure you are taking some type of precautions because it is crazy people out here. I've taken clients at home plenty of times. I've never had an issue with it, but always make sure you are being cautious if you are taking clients from home. Another thing is you will definitely have the issue of clients having no boundaries when you are working from home. Hey, can I come and get my lashes done tonight? Like, are you at home? My friends used to get me with that one. They'll be like, are you home? You tell me what you need and I'm gonna tell you if I'm home or not. So you'll have issues like that. A pro is you are just in the comfort of your own home. I used to love getting up and just doing lashes. Taking a nap on the couch, you can go get some food. I'd be at the shop having a DoorDash. I'd just be hungry, starving. That is one thing that I used to love being from home. Especially if you are somebody that has kids and you have enough space to lash from home. I always tell my students that is a really good thing to be able to be at home with your children and work from home. Please don't have your kids crying while you're doing lashes. This ain't even for the lash techs. If you do hair or something, if I come over to your house, please don't make me play with your kid. I don't want to hold your kid. I don't want to be throwing no balls. No, I don't want to do none of that. Please comment down below if you have ever been somewhere, got a service done. And the whole service, you got to play with this person's kid. Girl, I don't want to play with your kids at my appointment. And I don't want to play with your pets either. Now, I know some people, y'all be lashing with them animals in the room. When I had my at-home studio, when I tell you one of my clients, I've had her for 3 years. And y'all know I have a cat. Nobody knew I had a cat at home. It's just unprofessional. Run your business how y'all want to run it, because y'all also gonna get mad at me about the people who be passing the blunt to y'all clients. Do what y'all want to do, but y'all know what I'm gonna say, so I ain't even gonna say it, because when I say it, y'all gonna be mad. And another thing, so with being comfortable, people get a little too comfortable. The pets, the smoking, I just came to get my lashes done. That's it, okay? That's it. Now, if your friends is coming over and they getting their lashes done, y'all do what y'all want to do. Because my friends would look, even when my friends used to come to my house to get their lashes done, I have my son, my cat, in my bedroom. He's not even on this side of the apartment. Like, oh my God, can we get Binks out? Can we have him on the lash bed? Sure, fine, go ahead, take him. I don't know. Because the girls went back and forth with me on TikTok when I said, stop smoking with y'all client. I don't know what y'all wanna do. Do y'all wanna have a business or not? Really, the last thing working from home that is a con is people do not take you serious. Whenever I was lashing from home, you just gonna have people who do not take you serious. With all of the things that I said beforehand, basically that sums up all of it. They just don't see your business as a business. That's why I say run it up at home as fast as you can and then transition into getting a suite. I'm never opposed to telling people to work from home. It's pros and cons to working at home, as y'all can see. If you are a beginner lash tech and you are going back and forth on if you should work from home or if you should get a suite, if you do not have at least minimum $1,000 already saved up to literally throw away at a salon suite that you might not like, and I'm literally saying $1,000 lightly because that could easily be 2 weeks somewhere. Mind you, you're gonna have to pay a security deposit and all of that, and I'm gonna get into that in a second. But if you're a beginner, you ain't got no type of clientele, nothing, if you want to go ahead and work from home or do this next option that I'm about to tell y'all. Running off and getting a salon suite will really put you in a hole, and you will think, oh, it's professional, it looks a certain way, but as soon as you get money, you literally having to pay it right back out. The next option that you have is working commission. I personally have never worked commission a day in my life, and I would never work commission a day in my life. Now, that's me, but I will tell you why. If you are a certain type of person, you might want to work commission. If you do not want to do the marketing and posting, the work in behind the scenes to get clients, you want to do commission. Run as fast as you can to the first person doing commission. The thing with commission is it's definitely a ripoff. A lot of my friends are the owners of salons and they do commission. Love them to death, but it is a ripoff for if I went in there and did commission, because I'm going to be the one behind the scenes marketing and stuff like that to get clients. If I wanted to delete my Instagram today, move to a new city, and not market or do anything, I would do commission. That's free clients anyway. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna check my schedule, see who this person booked for me, and I'm gonna go in and do it. And I'm gonna give them a cut of my money. I know girls who work at these salons, work all day, the same amount of time that I'm working in my suite. We all working 12, I'm working 12 hours in my suite, you working 12 hours in this girl's shop doing commission. You might have your own suite, you might have your own little spot. More than likely, we'll have a 70-30 split or a 60-40 split, which means we both can have the same prices. I do 10 clients, you do 10 clients. Let's just say they're $100. I made my $1,000. I'm going home with all $1,000 of my money that I just lashed. You, if you got a 70-30 split, you going home with $300. If you got a 60-40 split, you only going home with $400. Now, as a beginner, that is really good. And commission is going to get your skill up. Commission is really like practice. If you don't want to market, you have the lash skill, and it's definitely going to get your skill up. And I would never do commission to somebody. I know how hard I be working when I be doing lashes, and you not taking none of my money, and I don't want to take nobody else's money like that. So that's just how I feel on it. You will be getting walk-ins. You're gonna basically have a consistent schedule. I know a lot of people who own shops who do commission and they book them busy. The thing with commission though, you're gonna have to sign a contract that basically says you will not be promoting your business. You are not gonna be, my business is Lash House Atlanta. If I was to go somewhere and do commission at a shop, that is not my name. I work under your name, and I cannot be promoting to this client that I have like, oh girl, like come to my house after hours and do a fill-in. I'm not telling you to finesse, but I'm telling you, if you go in there and you doing commission and you really want to get out of commission, you are gonna have to sign a contract. So don't go against the contract now, but I'm gonna tell you, you better promote yourself some kind of way. Now, I know these girls who are in a 360 deal at these salons, like cannot promote, cannot do anything with your business name, no kind of way, can't take clients after hours, even if it is under the person's name. I don't know what kind of they got going on. Don't just be working under somebody like that. Do not be doing that. You can just go out here and get a job if you're gonna work these long hours, slaving, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, and be doing a 70-30, 60-40 split. Just like with being home base, run it up as fast as you can and then leave. And then along with that, you need to be figuring out how to market like something. If you doing commission, I do not want you to just go in there, do these girls' lashes, and then go home. You better be networking, marketing, figuring something out, figuring out how to get your own salon suite. I need you to do something. Like, do not leave empty-handed, because you very much gonna leave empty-handed because you're not making no type of money at all. I'm not gonna say they scamming you, but they definitely getting over on you. The only thing that I will say is if you have the option to do commission and you have the option to do home base, but you don't have the option to get a suite, I'm going to tell you, do commission first. Get some type of knowledge, get some type of information, network for a couple of months, do as much as you possibly can, and then leave from there, then do home base. So with those connections and things that you have learned, hopefully you can get some clients. Now, I'm not entirely sure about how these contracts are set up. I just know what some people have told me about their contracts, whereas you can't market your business. You don't have to tell nobody. Now, I'm not saying take this person client. Now, if you're doing a client right now, that just don't be like, hey, come to my house in 2 weeks for your fill-in. I'm not telling you to do that. But you can definitely still have your Instagram, your Lash page, Instagram, taking clients at home. Of course, if you're doing this and in the contract it says that you can't, I don't need you following the owner. Y'all can't be out here breaking the rules and not knowing what y'all doing, okay? If you're gonna be doing stuff like that, don't be following the owner. Don't be following the owner's friends and stuff like this. But you can go out on foot and promote your business. Have your flyers and take clients at home. That's what I would do. Because I'm gonna choose commission over home base if I had to. Because if you are just starting off today, you have no clientele, nothing, but you know how to do lashes. If you don't have no clients, you don't make no money. It does not matter. You might have the best lashes in the city. Nobody cares. If ain't nobody coming to you, we don't know, you're not promoting, none of that. Nobody knows. And you're not gonna make any money. So just go ahead, do commission for as fast as you can. Build up that little revenue, at least, even if you don't want to network, market. outside of that business, however you want to do it, you're going to be making money. You can save that money and then just bypass going from home and just get a suite. So however you want to do that. But as a beginner, I'm going to tell you, pick between those two, pros and cons to both. Pick whichever one suits you the best. The last option is going to be being in a salon suite. Many different types of salon suites. I already went over the pricing. You're gonna have some that are super, super cheap. You're gonna have some that are super dumb expensive that people have completely lost their mind. Figuring out where to go and how to find a lash suite, that is a whole thing within itself. And I will definitely go into that after I tell y'all kind of like pros and cons to being in a salon suite. So like I said earlier, with being at home and stuff like that, you save time and money. You are in a salon. This is being in a salon suite. This is not working in somebody's hair salon and you are the lash tech in the corner, or being in, okay, this is your own salon suite. You either got a door or it's just lash techs out on the floor and no commission. Because you can be out on the floor and have your own little suite and still be doing commission. So make sure this is your own, okay, booth rent. This is what I'm talking about. You will have to sign a contract. Most places are going to put you in a year lease. You might think when you signing it, a year ain't too bad for $200 a week until you get a week where you ain't got no clients. And then the next week you ain't got no clients either. Let you be sick for a whole week and you gotta pay $200 and your regular rent due, card note due, everything due. And yeah, it's not fun. So being in something for a whole year is really not, it's not cool. And then working with some people, you will have people who try to get over on you so bad. The last salon suite I was in, I signed a 6-month contract. Right at the 6-month mark, some kind of way, these owners have forged paperwork to where I am in a 1-year lease. Especially in Atlanta, it's hella scammers. People be scamming with the leases, and y'all have heard my story in the story time video. Make sure you do research on where you're going. Owners really just be trying to say and do anything just to get you in. I'm finally 5 years later in a good suite where the owner is really nice and the place is nice and you're not gonna find 2-in-1. It's either gonna be the owner or you will have an issue with the actual the suite. You can definitely get stuck somewhere where you do not want to be. Something with working in a salon is it might be dirty. Salon suite might be clean, but if you have a bathroom, a community bathroom area, you have a lobby area. Usually I've been in salon suites where we did not have a door, where the girl across from me is eating chili cheese fries and lashing somebody. So my client is smelling chili cheese fries. This is just if you don't have a door. If you do have a door, that's different. But you will have people who are dirty, don't take care of the spot. You end up having to be the cleaning lady for the whole salon. Think about that. The last salon I was in, we had an alarm system. They did not change out the alarm battery. So when I walked in, put the code in, the number's not beeping. Okay, so the alarm is going off. I'm trying to turn it off. So I'm having to text the owner. You will have crazy, I promise you, if it's a big city, you are gonna have an issue at some type of salon suite that you are in. You can charge more if you are in a salon. People will always wanna pay more for a nice space just to say, oh, I'm going here to get my lashes done. You can put your location in your bio, finally. So when people ask you where you located, you can actually tell them where you're located. I've never had to show my certification, licensing, anything like that. So when people message me and they're like, oh my gosh, do I need a license to work here? Do I need a license to work there? I don't know. I can only speak from my experience. I've been in 3 different salon suites. They've never asked for anything. As long as you got the money, they're gonna let you in. Now, that is here in Atlanta, because y'all know how people do business in Atlanta. But even in North Carolina, I never had an issue with that there. And back then, I needed, supposedly, you need a license. Nobody asked for it. Now, if you go into a hair salon or a Sola Salon Suites, or is it Phoenix Salon Suites or My Salon Suites, those big name places, they're gonna ask you for some paperwork. some type of something, and your certification is not gonna cut it, okay? It's gonna be, we need state board licensing. Keep that in mind. Because you look on the state board website and it says this state needs licensing, an esthetician license, or this license, or this. I'm telling y'all, do not waste y'all money and spend money on no license just because it says that on the site. And you can take that however you want to take that, take it. Now, yes, some people are going to ask you. Read between the lines when I say some people. Y'all know what I mean. There are ways around it. You don't have to have no LLC starting out. You don't have to have an LLC to go to any salon suite. And you shouldn't have an issue with getting a salon suite. Just like working from home, if you don't have any clients, you don't make any money, regardless of that, you still have an overhead. Renting out this space from They Do Not Care. If you do not have clients, they still want their money up front, and after you go so many weeks without paying that rent, they're kicking you out. If that marketing is not up to speed, if you don't have no type of clientele, I'm not recommending you get a salon suite. You at least need to have a consistent clientele and money saved up before you go to a salon suite. That is my 2 cents on all of those options. This is just gonna be how to get a salon suite. I know a lot of y'all probably think it's super hard. It's really not hard. I know when I tried to get a salon suite, I was like, oh my gosh, I need a realtor. What do I do? This is gonna be so hard. It's really simple because honestly, I'm gonna tell you, people really only care, like I said earlier, they just wanna make sure you can pay. Ain't nobody ever asked for my license or certification. Like, the first thing you'll do is just go on Instagram. ATL Suites, ATL Lash Suites, Suites Atlanta, booth rentals, things like that. Most things are not going to be on Google. Get on Instagram, go through those hashtags, see if any salons have, you're going to see something available, and just keep scrolling. First salon that I did go in, I found that on Instagram, and I typed in my area in Atlanta and then booth rent. But just scroll through. Most people already have pictures, walkthrough videos, and you really just only have to contact the owner, message the owner, and just say, hey, I'm interested in touring a suite. When is your availability? That's all you got to say. Or if they have a specific room and you can clearly see it on there, you just want to make sure, if they don't have the price in the bio, make sure you ask for the price, but you go in person and do a tour. Because people be lying through Instagram. Go there, ask this person questions in person. Every single place I've been at, I can pay through Cash App or Apple Pay. Make sure you know how much you're paying. Make sure you know how long this lease is. Do you have options for this? I've been around girls before and I got a completely different lease. You got a completely different lease. She got a different lease. I'm in a year contract. You in a 6-month contract. She in a 3-month contract. So make sure you know what's going on in your contract. So I told y'all how to find it. I told y'all what to ask when you get there for the tour. It's usually gonna be paperwork you have to sign. They usually not gonna ask for certification, licensing, things like that. This is why I always tell y'all, take a class first and get your skill up. If you want to go to school and get your esthetician, cosmetology license, you can. If it makes you feel more comfortable to go and get a license, go and get a license. If you feel like you will be comfortable working in a suite with no license, then go out here and do it. If you have bad work and you have bad customer service, and yes, somebody's gonna call state board on you, probably. But honestly, I don't know nobody that that's happened to. If you get a state board calling on you, you out here, I don't know what you're doing. Because if anything happens with lashes, they come off in 2 weeks. This is not permanent brows where it's staying on for 3 years. We're working with the eyes. People can get eye infections. Me personally, I ain't never had nobody get no eye infection from me. None of my friends who do lashes, they ain't never had that. If somebody is calling state board on you, I don't know anybody who's got a state board call on them, okay? This is not me telling you to go against any regulations or anything, but this is me also trying to tell you, save that money from going to school with esthetician and all of that stuff, especially if you are doing lashes, you are certified, you got clientele built up, you are literally making this your full-time job. If you want to go get your licensing, go get it. If you watching these videos and you don't even know what's going on, you just think you want to do lashes one day and you about to go and take out a loan for esthetician school, I'm gonna tell you to save your money. Because make sure you know what you want to do first before you go out here and spend that money. Because I know way too many people who have spent that money and now you're out of like $15,000-$20,000. I don't want that for y'all. So Instagram, look up the hashtags, scroll for days. and you're gonna find somebody close to you. Like I said earlier, if it's a bigger salon, like a My Salon Suites, Sola Salon Suites, just some other really big name places, or a hair studio or somewhere else, they probably are going to ask you for licensing. So if you have a license, you want to work at one of those places, go for it. If you don't have a license, then you probably won't be able to work there. But you also have other options. So it's not like not having a license is going to make or break anything. Go take a tour, sign the paperwork, that's it. Now I done gave y'all too much information in this video. If you don't have a license, if these people ready to be like, yeah, just pay me every week, that's all I need from you, and you don't have a license, and then you say, do I need a license? Okay, don't do that. Don't be weird. Some people, this is the last thing, getting buildings, office spaces. These people may or may not ask for licensing. They're gonna ask for a whole bunch of stuff. So I know this because my friends own salon suites. Being the owner of somewhere, that is when you would get a commercial realtor. So I'm not in the business of having salon suites, so don't ask me no questions on how do I get my own building. I don't know. I'll send it to my friend. Maybe me and her can do a video for y'all. All I know is you want to get a commercial realtor. If you want your own office suite, that is completely different than going somewhere and it being a beauty related salon, suite, booth rent type of situation. At this point, these office buildings, and I did that before too. I've toured office spaces before. Some of these places are not going to want a beauty professional in there. You can go on Craigslist, and I know people are probably like, oh my God, Craigslist, but no, yeah. Go on Craigslist and type in beauty suites, booth rent, suites, things like this. This would be if you want your own location where you are paying a landlord probably once a month. It may be a building, it may be, it's not really gonna be a suite. Might be an office space or a actual like standalone, like in a plaza or something. But my best option for me was just to pay a girl every week and work inside of her shop. Have my own door, just my own room. I can do whatever I want to with it. But I'll get my friend on here at some point in time and she'll tell y'all all the tea about owning salon suites and the whole process of that, because once I seen two of my friends go through that process of getting them, I was like, I want booth rent. I'm not finna do all of that. So that is it for my video. Hopefully these tips help y'all out. Like I said earlier, do what is best for y'all. I tried to give y'all as much information on each of these options as possible. It's a lot of pros and cons to both. Every person is different, every owner is different, every salon is different. Just make sure you sit down and really go through contracts, everything before signing any type of lease agreement. Make sure y'all go through it word for word. If you need a lawyer to go over, because these people is really out here getting over on people and scamming. Do not rush into anything. So that is it for my video, and I will see y'all later.